Well, hello! Welcome to the show. It is, I'm going to adjust this just a little bit here. Okay. It is, I was going to say Sunday, but it is not Sunday. It is a Monday, Labor Day. I know, right? We're here on a holiday doing stuff, but anyway. Somebody had something going on yesterday, and so anyway, what did you have going on yesterday?
Nothing. I just happened to not be home at the time.
Oh, I see. Oof. Hold on. So, if you haven't noticed, some things have changed. Well, you wouldn't notice anything, but for anyone watching the show, some things have changed. And so that means some other things need to change. Here, real quick. Let's see. That looks more centered. Zach's like, what is going on? I'll let you have a guess as to what might be going on. Any guesses?
I don't know.
I'm adjusting some shots
Just
here.
adjusting some layout. I don't know.
I am layout in terms of graphics. There we go. That looks way better. Yes. Why would I be changing some graphics?
I don't know.
There we go. That looks way better. Well, what have I been wanting to do for a long time?
A lot of things.
Yeah, but more specifically, that I said was almost done, ready to go.
Honestly, I forgot.
My desk.
Oh yeah.
So, man, you sound like you're half asleep today.
Um, I'm actually doing all right.
Are you? Okay.
I'm
I
fine.
I
Yeah.
mean, it just I don't know. So, hang on, adjusting some stuff still. Well, we'll try that anyway. So yeah, so a bunch of stuff got like shifted around and stuff like that, and so some other things got changed. Anyway, I'm every time I disconnect the computer and reconnect it, things always get screwed up. But anyway, yeah. So the new desk is in place, which means that my positioning and stuff like that has changed around a little. Uh, I love this brand new desk. It's great. It is so nice to have the extra space for everything now. So we'll get Zach's reaction here to what he thinks. So
It's a
anyway,
lot different.
I know it does. Yeah. So this is this
His
is the
monitors
new
look a bit small for my liking, though.
the what?
His monitors look a bit small for my liking.
They're the same monitors that I had before.
What are they? What size are those? Those
Huh?
do not look the same.
Yeah, those are the same monitors that I've had.
Oh, okay, well,
I
whatever.
think it's just because the desk is so big.
Maybe.
You do realize that this whole thing is like 6 feet long, right?
No.
Yeah. How long did you think that? You know what my
I
room
don't
looks
know.
like,
I
right?
just. Yeah, I do.
You know, so this is
I do.
literally up against that wall. It is
I
from
know.
one side to the other side. That's a lot of space. A lot of space. But yeah, so this is the new setup. We'll go through some stuff here. So I've got the microphone mounted on the mic arm again. That might be changing though. I wasn't super happy with that, but I don't know. We'll see. I ordered a an actual little like mic stand so I could get rid of the monitor arm. Um, let's see. I've got my Logitech speakers up here. The cable management still has some yet to be desired kind of things with it. there's not a lot of great places to tuck wires with this brand new desk. So, yeah, that's a thing. Let's see. I've got my Stream Deck up here, of course. I'm going to screw this up. It's the Strafe, right? Is that what the keyboard is?
A what?
What kind of keyboard is this? The Corsair what?
Strafe.
The Strafe? I did say it right then. So, I got the keyboard or the Corsair Strafe keyboard up here with the Harpoon mouse. Let's see. I have my little Behringer audio DAC. So that is taking the signal for the microphone and transferring it over USB to the system. Let's see. What else is up here? My Harmony Hub remote. I've got a little Western Digital 1 terabyte hard drive tucked behind here. Oh, and do you like the cliche plant on the desk?
Yes. I think we talked about that already.
Yep. So there's the cliche plant. It is a real plant. It is not fake. And then so here's the thing, right? So on the left side of the desk, right? I had on the left side of the desk, I had the system up top on the actual desk to begin with. And it drove me insane. Because it was so loud with the fans and everything in there. You don't realize how loud the fans can be sometimes. So.
I really don't, because I typically wear headphones in my computer.
Well, that's probably true. Yeah. Anyway, so it was annoying though.
Although my new computer is significantly quieter than my old ones.
Yeah. So anyway, so that was annoying, right? So what I ended up doing was I decided I was going to put and I originally wanted the tower on the floor anyways. I think at some point though I'm going to get a different tower, because that's a full tower. I need a mid tower. This thing is huge. But the cabinets though. So the cabinets are finally long enough that they're actually about the same length from the front to the back, or same depth, I should say, as the tower, or the case, I mean. So it doesn't randomly stick out from the bottom of the desk anymore.
That's actually pretty nice. Yeah, that would be an eyesore.
And then, well, you know what? The other one was covered though, because I had that leaf on the side. Remember?
Yeah.
So so it stuck out a little bit under that, but it was still kind of covered up. I have my bass speaker down there. I remember the first time you came over and I was playing something, and you were like, "There's no way those two little speakers on the side could be creating that much bass." Do you remember that?
They weren't. It's because they weren't.
I know, but I had you convinced at first, didn't I?
You didn't have me convinced. I didn't believe.
Anyway, no, because I had the bass speaker tucked away. So now I have to have it under the desk there. But honestly, there's enough space under there for everything to work out. So that's kind of nice. I didn't take into consideration on the, if you're looking at it on the left-hand side, that I had to fit the UPS still back in there. So, and then I forgot about having to put the tower and the bass speaker underneath. So anyway, but everything ended up working out just fine. So if you'll notice too, the monitors are a little offset actually. They're not quite in the center. So I like this setup way better. It's what works for me. I do not like having the bezel down the middle. I'd rather have a full screen in front of me that's just a full screen, and then have my secondary one kind of off to the side at an angle. So anyway, so there's significantly more space on the left side of the desk than there is on the right side of the desk. But anyway, and I realize that's probably backwards as I'm pointing to him on the camera there. But on the left side now, there's enough space. I've actually got my laptop sitting up here now. Which is what I wanted. I wanted to be able to have my full system here with my laptop off to the side, and I still have room on the right side for like a notebook or something else right there, which is really nice. So that's why I wanted such a long desk. So anyway, so when's Zach updating his?
My desk?
Yeah.
I don't know. For a while, I'm sure.
When you finally move out?
Fair idea, yes, but probably still not yet.
What are you thinking though? Are you thinking you're just gonna buy something, or do you want to build something like what I've done?
I don't know. I mean, I will explore both options probably.
There was a decent amount of work that went into this thing, mainly with the top of the desk. So I stained it this nice dark. I think this is like a walnut or something like that. So I stained it, and then and actually I debated back and forth whether I wanted to actually stain it or not. But now that I've got it in place, I'm really happy that I did. And then I had to put 3 coats of sealer on top of it, which was a little bit of work in itself too. So, you know, first you stain it, and then you put the sealer on, and then I sanded it and put another coat on, sanded it, put another coat on. The last coat didn't come out as well as I wanted to. There's definitely some areas where there's like more than others, and it's not like all flat and things like that. But I've got enough stuff on the top of the desk that you really don't notice it. So if I really wanted to, I could go fix all the imperfections and things like that. But you know what irritates me though? So the monitor arm, right? So this is I'm using the same monitor arm that I was using before, and at first I was like, well, this thing isn't gonna work because it's got the double. You have a monitor arm too, don't you?
Yes.
So yours has like the bends in it, right? Where it's like the 2 bars and then they bend in the middle, and then they're attached to that. Yeah. So the issue is because I have mine pushed up against the wall. I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to push the monitor back as far as I want to, right? Or at least the center one. Or put them side by side or whatever. So I was like, well, remember how I talked about having to get the that other mounting bracket and everything?
Maybe.
Yeah, I showed you. But anyway, so I ordered a whole nother mounting bracket, right? Put it on last night, got it all together. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. It made the monitor stick out way too far. It was a nightmare. So now I have another monitor mount that I have no use for, so I'm going to see if I can send that back, which I probably can. So, did you know Kohl's is doing this really cool thing? They've teamed up with Amazon now so that you can take your returns there and they'll ship them back to you or ship them back for free.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah. So we ordered some stuff for the shop the other day and realized that we had ordered the wrong thing. So my manager's like, well, send them back. So got all the labels created and everything like that. And I was like, it says we can take it to Kohl's and have them ship it back to us for free. So he took it over there and he came back with coupons. So Kohl's gave him coupons to use at Kohl's for shipping something back for free. I thought that was kind of
funny.
That
doesn't surprise me because they want you to go there anyway. Like, they still make money when you use them.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure they have some deal with Amazon. So anyway, but that's nice. So, oh, and then not to mention all the drawer space that I have absolutely no flipping clue what to do with.
I have one drawer. It's not even full.
I have 10.
Yeah, I can see that.
So the one to my left doesn't even have anything in it. Actually, is there anything in this? I think. Oh, I've got some business cards and stuff in the bottom one for right now. So, and then, oh my gosh, I have my headphones in the bottom one over here. There's my card reader. This one has the top one. I need to put like some some organizers and stuff like that and put all my pens and stuff in. But it'll be nice to have some drawer space to be able to put a bunch of stuff. The rest of them will end up just probably being junk drawers. Like I need more junk drawers around the house. But anyway, so this whole thing though is pretty easy to move. So it's just the two cabinets and then the top. And that's about it. And the monitor arm. So
These monitor arms are awfully heavy, though.
not when you take the monitors off.
Well, they're heavier than they look.
Well, yeah.
Mine is actually quite heavy.
You don't want your monitors just falling off, do you?
Of course not.
So
It's heavy for a reason, but it is heavy.
yeah.
Those are beefy stuff.
Anyway, so yeah, the height ended up working out pretty well on this. It might be a tad bit high, but anyway. And I love the so the little silver pieces in the picture, if you still have it up, are actually supposed to be feet. So they're supposed to go on the bottom of cabinets and things like that. But I've got them mounted up the other way to give the shelf a little bit more height. Or the desk a little bit more height. So, anyway. But, yeah. So, that's my new setup. I put this all together yesterday. And I started at like 8 and I finished at like 1 something.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So, well, the longest part was literally figuring out the monitors. Because I put the other monitor arm on, and I was like, nah, I don't like that. And then I put this one back on, I was like, no. I actually took one of the links out of the monitor arm. So instead of having, like, that double bend in there, the main one only has one arm on it, which works perfect now. So it's just straight, and then it's got the monitor on it. So that was awesome. Which made this ended up making this work out really well. So anyway, but yeah. So that's where we're at. Anyway, let's hop into some tech topics for this week, because that is what we are here to do. And yeah, okay, cool. So, Zach,
what's up?
T-Mobile is giving away free hotspots. Would you take one?
Oh, are they?
Would you take one?
I mean, if it's free, sure, I would take one. Would I use it? Probably not much.
Well, T-Mobile has a new test drive deal going on right now. That's meant to basically entice people on other carriers to come switch over to them. So,
yeah, and let me guess, you probably have to give it back when you're done. So
you know
it's
what?
not free.
I don't know. I haven't read that far. So, it's a free hotspot that will let people try out T-Mobile's network for a full 30 days or up to 30 gigabytes of data, whatever one comes first.
30 gigabytes. Never mind, I don't want it. Sorry.
But basically it's so you can see how T-Mobile's data speeds and coverage work on on their existing devices. So the company started rolling out the free 30-day hotspot test program last year, and it was far more limited and offered in only Atlanta, Austin, and Boston. Presumably, it was meant to be a quiet trial run for this nationwide offer. So, oh, and apparently it's not the first time that they've done this. Their test drive program in 2014. So yeah, back in 2014, the company loaned out iPhone 5S devices with T-Mobile service so potential customers could try the network out. But that program was only 7 days long. This new test drive system is far longer and won't require customers to switch phones, making it potential. Wait, what? More useful. If nothing else, it's a way to get a free 30 gigabyte T-Mobile hotspot for a month. The new test drive deal does come with some fine print. It's only open to non-T-Mobile customers. It doesn't include international use, and it's limited to just a single trial per user. T-Mobile also notes that the offer is available for a limited time while supplies last. But it doesn't say what. Doesn't say whether you have to give the device back or not. I would imagine you
Doesn't
probably
matter
do.
since it probably won't work after 30 days. Unless it takes a SIM. I don't know if those things... I think those things do take SIMs, so you could maybe put another SIM in it. I'm sure it would only take a T-Mobile SIM.
Well, let's see. T-Mobile is a GSM network. So that means unless you're using... So it would only work on T-Mobile and AT&T networks. If it has a SIM in it. Because I guarantee it doesn't have a CDMA antenna in it. So.
You know, can't really be bothered if it's just going to be unlimited, data capped, piece of junk.
But, I mean, it's a free hotspot, and you get 30 days of, or 30 gigs of use.
Yeah? Well, so?
For nothing.
Yeah?
So, I mean...
That's not very much.
No, it's not, but it's still free is free. So
it is free, you're right.
But yeah, no, I mean there's really no point because again, unless you're using.
I mean, even if it was
AT&T,
unlimited for 30 days, I couldn't be bothered.
Yeah. See, you know, it'd make more sense maybe with like a CDMA network, because Sprint, Verizon, US Cellular, they're all CDMAs, so at least you have more options with that. You know.
Right, yeah.
But anyway, so let's do this real quick here. For anyone who doesn't know, what is the difference between CDMA or what is CDMA and what is GSM?
They're just different types of networks. That's pretty much all I know about them.
Yep. And if your device only supports GSM, it does not work on CDMA. If your device is CDMA, it does not work on GSM, unless it is an unlocked phone and has antennas that will work on both systems. Probably like your phone, right? The OnePlus 7 Pro?
It will not work on CDMA.
Really?
No, it doesn't work on CDMA.
How do you have it hooked up? You're on Verizon.
It uses voice over LTE for any kind of voice transmission.
So it uses your data plan then?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I see. Oh. So it's not actually using the cellular networks, it's just using your data plan.
Well, the cellular data, yeah.
Yeah, so does that count towards your data cap, though?
Mildly so, yes.
I see.
Not very much. I mean, it's just voice.
Right. Yeah. Interesting.
I believe that also means it cannot connect to 3G network.
Interesting.
Well, we have good coverage, so it doesn't really matter. I've not had any trouble with it.
Well, yeah, Verizon has pretty good coverage, but anyway. So, moving on. A ransomware attack has shut down computers and dental offices across the U.S., Zach.
Why did they want to hit dentists?
Well, think about it. What a dental office computer systems probably have in them?
Data.
A lot of data. Yep. So, the attack struck on Monday morning. Not this Monday morning, last Monday morning. By targeting the Digital Dental Record, a provider of IT software for dental practices. Specifically, the ransomware hit a cloud remote management system related to the DDS Safe product. Well, not so safe anymore, the company said on Facebook. Whoops!
And not so safe anymore. Indeed.
We worked feverishly with the software company to shut it down and remove the threat but many of you were hit in the process prior to them removing it and locking down the system, the Digital Dental Record said on Tuesday. About 400 dental practices have been affected nationwide, the company told PC Mag. The news was first reported by local media outlet WISN 12 News. Ransomware attacks infect a computer and encrypt all the information inside. So what is encryption again, Zach?
Essentially just the scrambling of data.
Right.
You can't read it.
Exactly. So, and how do you unscramble it?
Key.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it's been like referred to as like doing math that's really easy one way, like 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 3 plus 3, but then
Yes.
doing math very hard the opposite direction, like like finding the least common multiple or something like that, or the square root
I
of
think that
something.
is actually a better description of, say, a hash.
As a hat. Oh, you know what?
A
You might be
hash
right.
can be done one way easily and is almost impossible to reverse.
There you go. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
But encryption does work the same way. I mean, it isn't that difficult to encrypt data. You know, it is not computationally costly.
It's not hard to encrypt it. It's hard to
data,
decrypt it.
breaking that is, I mean, all the computers in the world couldn't break most of the encryption that is used. Only very low grade encryption could be broken.
Yeah.
Your average computer.
Well, what is I forgot what kind of encryption it is, but there's some type of encryption that hasn't been cracked yet, and I can't remember what it is. It's like the standard right now. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, I think it's. Is it AES? Yeah.
Could be.
I think it's AE or.
That is a common standard.
Let's see. Oh, wait, that's for web stuff.
AES isn't just for web stuff.
Is it not?
No.
Maybe it is AES encryption. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of different standards out there for it.
I am not an encryption expert.
Come on, you took
I
that.
could not tell you.
What are you talking about, Mister? I was in the security, the security degree.
That doesn't make me a mathematician. You know who's experts on encryption is mathematicians.
There's a lot of math.
They're the people who make such standards.
Anyway, so excuse me, ransomware attacks infect a computer, encrypt all that information, yada yada yada. In theory, paying a ransom to the hacker, usually in Bitcoin. And why in Bitcoin?
Because you can't find out who the hacker is.
Yep, it's untraceable. We'll release those files. Now, fair enough. Don't recommend ever paying ransom, because it could incentivize more attacks. I mean, think about it. If they're doing it with the intent to get money and they get paid for it, it only incentivizes them to continue to do it again. So, anyway. Let's see. Now, some healthcare and city IT system operators have done so out of desperation. Demands have reached into the millions. What is the better way to, or I guess, what should you do to be proactive, I guess?
Back up the information.
Yeah, back it up. Back up your stuff. I'll be honest. A lot of my stuff probably isn't backed up the way it should be backed up. What about you?
Nah. I mean, I don't have enough space. In fact, I have like 500 gigs free on my computer.
It's not. Excuse me, that's still a decent amount of space.
Yeah, but that's out of like 3.5 terabytes.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Jeez. You don't have anything backed up? Come on, you've got like...
I actually probably have copies of things floating around. I don't know. It's just like years and years of junk.
Yeah, right.
Probably.
What about like anything critical? Here's a good one. Your contacts. Your contacts for your phone.
Oh, well, that's actually done automatically to Google. I'm sure Google loves looking at my...
That's how I have my stuff set up too. All my contacts are in my Google account. So
like that, okay, but you were talking about my computer.
Well, so, backups in general. Backups in general. Or like anytime I take a picture on my phone, it goes up to Google. So if I lost my phone today and I had to buy a new one, I wouldn't be too worried about it because all my contacts would come back, all my pictures, which I never take that many anyways, would all still be there too. So
yeah, I don't really take very many either.
Oh, you know, Zach's just taking all those selfies over there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Bet.
Oh man. Anyway. So anyway, in this case, there is evidence to suggest that the digital dental record decided to pay the hackers a mere day after the outbreak. The company and its IT partner Percysoft quickly obtained decryptors that can fix computers locked by ransom. Now, one user who received the decryptor posted on Facebook, the decryption program is called REvil? R-E-V-I-L. REvil? Anyway, a ransom strain that also goes by the name of, Sodinokibo? Despite the decryptor, it can take hours to release a computer. In the meantime, the digital dental record and Percysoft have been inundated with calls from affected dental. I would imagine so.
Yeah, I bet.
Anyway, the main reason we are slow or unresponsive is that people are emailing and calling 20-30 times a day, Percysoft said in a statement to affected clients.
Yeah, I believe it.
The company's Facebook page has been filled with user complaints about the slow response times. Okay, so...
Yeah, I believe it. That's just like a self-feeding problem.
I know, right? So, okay, let me ask you, because this opens an interesting debate real quick here. Is this company in the wrong in terms of the amount of time it's taking them to get back to people, or not?
I don't know. I could not tell you that.
See, I don't
know anything about their systems, their situation. I don't know.
Right. But, okay, if you have a major attack like this, and it's not like this company's just sitting there twiddling their thumbs. They've taken steps.
Really, they need to probably be prioritizing getting the data back more.
Right.
Timely, because this does seem like a situation where they could lose data if they don't.
Right. Yeah, they could. So
play their cards right.
Right. I think, you know what? Let's be honest. So I was a master control operator for a while, right? I had a particular instance where it was wintertime, snow had built up in the satellite dishes, and it was blocking the signal coming from CBS in New York. So we were supposed to be playing the late night show programs, and I just couldn't get the feed because, again, my dishes were completely filled with snow. Again, nice to know $20,000 satellite dishes are still affected by weather. Anyway, so...
$20,000 doesn't change the laws of physics, unfortunately.
Right? Anyway. So, Anyway, I know we're off the air. That's my job. And so I get a phone call from one of the producers that's like, hey, do you know we're off the air? And I'm like, yeah, I know. Right? A couple minutes later, I get a phone call from one of the news reporters, or from one of the anchors, right? Hey, yes, I know we're off the air. That's why there's a little graphic in the corner that says, "Hey, we're having technical issues." But anyway, so I can see it from both sides where it's like, okay, if you want me to fix the problem, you got to give me time to fix the problem and stop calling me. So I can see it from both sides, but at the same time too, like, this is critical data that these dental offices probably can't lose and things like that. So, and I'm sure we have dental records, medical records, billing information, credit card numbers, a lot of personal data, things like that. So I'm sure all these dental offices are trying to protect their rear ends too. So anyway, who's at fault though? Like,
Don't know.
Who's
Whoever got the infection?
Well, yeah, like, I wonder if there's some kind of clause somewhere that says that we are not responsible for lost data, yada 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 yada, or I don't know. I know, like, our shop has a clause in the terms and conditions that basically says that we are not responsible for lost data while working on your device. So, it saves our rear end. But anyway, more and more lost dollars of revenue with patients getting more and more. Oh, that's right. More and more frustrated. Very embarrassing for all of us. Still, no decryption running on our server, wrote one user. This will make for a fun holiday weekend of catch up if our system gets restored. I hope you understand that our offices are not seeing patients and therefore generating no income with which trickles down to our employees. Wrote another user. Yeah, this is not a great situation all around, is it? So I can understand the dental offices calling like 20, 30 times, like, hey, what the heck is going on? But I think you also have to realize, too, that, again, it sounds like this company is
It
trying...
just doesn't help them fix the problem at all.
Right.
It really doesn't.
Again, it's one of those things where it's like, I can either sit here on the phone with you, and I'm sure they have dedicated, customer support people, but it's like, we can either sit here on the phone with you, or we can try to fix the problem.
The other day, my employer had a site go offline because of our ISP there. And you wouldn't believe how many people were hassling us about it. And it's always the stupid stuff like, we are down. Like, what does that even mean? We are down? Are you, like, on the ground right now? What does that mean? Complete nondescript statement. But anyway, yes, we know. We can't do anything about it. We are CenturyLink. They suck, by the way. We don't like CenturyLink. But anyway, you know what we did? We contacted CenturyLink one time, okay? And do you know what they did for us? They sent us hourly emails after that point. So we knew what was going on every hour. That was nice.
That's actually pretty nice.
That meant that we didn't have to contact them to find out the state of the problem.
How long did it take to get everything back up and running?
3-4 hours? Apparently some people doing some construction cut a fiber line somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
So honestly, it probably wasn't even their fault either. Just some idiots with some construction equipment.
I thought they were supposed to have all that stuff marked ahead of time. Not that, it seems like every time they do construction, something. I kid you not. When I was working for the TV station, every month we had a story about how some construction company had hit like a gas line. But anyway, check your Discord. But anyway, so yeah. Let's see.
It was Des Moines.
Oh, I wasn't gonna actually have you say it on the stream, but okay.
That's not top secret information.
No, but
a site in Des Moines.
Whoop-de-doo. Oh, I just figured whatever. Anyway, yeah, not a huge big deal, but anyway, where are we at? So, so a big question is whether patient data which would include like social security numbers and other or personal information, was stolen in the attack. The digital dental record has so far only said this was a virus attack, not a data hack. No data is accessed or moved in these instances. It is locked and then has to be unlocked. And I think that's kind of the difference between like somebody trying to hack and grab data versus usually a ransomware attack is usually just we're going to lock your data, not steal it, and hope that it's critical enough that you'll just pay the ransom to get it unlocked. Or at least I'm assuming I'm technically right.
Either that,
right?
or we're going to do that because we know that it's critical.
Right. Yep. It would be awesome though, right? Let's say, let's say this company theoretically had off-site backups or something like that, where they could just restore all that data really easily, right?
Yeah, but that'd be handy.
It would be handy, right?
And you'd think with such important information, they would, have that be a thing.
Well, who knows how the whole system is set up and things like that. But anyway, it would be awesome though. In that instance, you just be like, yeah, frick. Oh well, we'll just wipe everything and start over again. That would be
They wouldn't be starting over because they'd have had backup.
Well, yeah, I mean, but put the backups into, wipe everything or do whatever they needed to do, restore all the backups, and then everything's good.
Yes.
That would be like the best thing. It's like, it doesn't really affect us, But obviously not how that worked in this case. But
no.
Anyway, so if you're hit by an attack, it's best to find out which ransom strain infected your computer and to check whether the IT security community has developed a free decryptor for it. The digital dental record told PC Mag so far about 100 dental practices have fully or practically recovered from the attack. However, the company has remained mum on which ransomware strain was involved and if the hackers were paid off. We deeply regret the frustration and inconvenience this has caused our clients, and we are working diligently with them and the software company to restore files as quickly and completely as possible, the company said. Restoration is a slow and methodological process that could take several more days to complete. Additionally, we are actively communicating with clients to answer questions, facilities contact, with appropriate insurance carriers and address other business concerns. In conjunction with law enforcement, we are actively investigating the incident and will provide more information when we are able, the company added. Interesting. It does kind of make you wonder, though, where the backups were, or why they couldn't just pull the backups. Because that's usually what backups are for. You know what I mean?
That's what, were they incomplete backups? Did they have any? I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah.
That actually reminds me of something that happened a couple weeks ago. At my job, we discovered, through a hard drive failure, of course, that some people in shipping had some important data on a 8-year-old dusty beyond belief Dell tower. And guess what happened to the hard drive?
Did it die?
It died.
Yep.
It died, yes. It didn't even spin. We tried to hook it up to another computer. It didn't even spin at all. And so it cost the company $5,000 to retrieve that data from a data recovery company. I was going to say,
did you guys send it off to a data recovery specialist?
There's actually one like 15 minutes away.
Really?
We took it in there and they got it. But it cost the company $5,000 because those people, we had no idea that data was important to them until I told them, hey, this hard drive is not coming back. Is there anything on here? And they're like, yeah, important stuff's on there. Oh, okay.
What do you mean mean the hard drive is not coming back?
What do you mean years of shipping records are on this thing and you want that information?
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we we could have probably had a solution for them if we knew that it was important. I mean,
What? How are?
maybe one could argue that the blame would lie with us for not finding out that information, but it also might lie with them for not letting us know that,
I
that
was gonna
information is
say they didn't
important
let
to
you
them.
know about that though either. So you can't fix a problem if you don't know there's a problem. That's problem is there.
That's true. I don't know. I would personally say that it maybe lies in both of our hands.
Maybe a little bit. What
But
is
yeah,
your
it costs a
backup?
lot because of a stupid thing that happened.
Right. What is your backup solution? Do you guys have one? I would imagine you
Um,
do.
yes, we do. Um, it's obviously it's not necessarily my responsibility to do any of this, but I do happen to know that um, basically all of the company's data that isn't on a user's computer is stored on a system, some weird system with some weird name that I forget, but it essentially just combines all these drives into it's like kind of like a RAID, but not quite. I don't know. It's really weird. It's like a RAID with a lot of hard drive, and it has like 40 terabytes in it, I think. And it's at a data center that we have some space at.
Oh. Don't actually give that away because is that what it is though? Does that sound familiar?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. I know that's a solution. Umraid is a solution. Um, but anyway, um, I wouldn't give too much away, well, nobody knows where you work, but anyway. So, but your data is offsite then.
I actually don't. I had it explained to me by someone who also didn't really know that much about how it works, but I know sort of what that software does. It's like, if I remember correctly, I remember thinking to myself, oh, it's like one of those just a bunch of disks configuration. You ever heard of that?
Just a bunch of disks configuration. I have no idea. Is it wrong?
JBOD.
JBOD?
That's right. That's a thing. Just a bunch of disks. I don't know if that's actually how it is or not. Let's see.
Didn't actually mean to type that there.
That's a thing. That is a thing. See, I can actually read about this thing. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, just a bunch of disks. Yep.
Okay, so what this software does, I found it. I know what it does a little bit better. It is a software storage program that, let's see, is designed to distribute data without a single point of failure.
Yeah, it's basically
across
a giant
many
RAID.
hard drives. It's kind of like RAID, but not really. I don't know.
Well, it probably mirrors the data, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, which is essentially.
But it does. I don't believe that there's any pattern to it. Like it just spreads data across lots of hard drives.
Oh, okay.
There must be some pattern to it to ensure that you can access data quickly.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I don't know the details. I just know that data is spread across many hard drives, and the hard drives are all in this device that no one likes, but that we have it in that data center location.
I see. Interesting. So you have no servers on site then?
Oh no, we do.
Oh, I think I know. Probably this, right?
On site?
Yeah.
Do not believe so.
Really?
Nope.
That would make more sense to have that on site.
We have more than one site though.
That's a good point. Oh, let me guess. That's shared across all your sites, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, yep. That makes more sense. Yeah. Okay. That does make sense.
There are some things that we do that none of us who currently work there start. and nor do we know why to do it. We just do.
This is one of those, I just work here and I do it.
Yes.
I like that. That's funny. Oh, man.
Like the FTP solution that we have is a little wonky and weird.
Okay. Oh, what are you using FTP to, like, move a bunch of stuff around from location to location, right?
Essentially, customers use it to...
Oh, upload their data to you and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Cool. Let's make fun of Microsoft, because, you know, that's always a great time right there. So
Why not?
Anyway, Xbox Live went down again. It went down like earlier in the week, and then went down again according to the Xbox team, and lots of reports on social media.
Did it go down because of some dumb kids DDoSing them?
I don't know. So this is the second time in just a few days. The outage lasted approximately 2 hours, and the service appears to be back up. Or appeared to be back up.
I remember some time ago that was happening to Sony a lot with their online PlayStation service. Some idiots were DDoSing them a lot.
I think like YouTube got DDoSed for a while there too, or something like that. But anyway, the initial outage mainly affected sign-ins, account creations, and searches, according to a tweet from the Xbox team. But those sign-ins are required to play lots of popular online games. See, so when you start developing,
it probably affected some of that always-on DRM.
Maybe.
The crap that is.
So the thing is, when you start developing a system that large, typically it's spread out across multiple like servers and things like that. Like, you know, so you'll have a portion that's just designated for doing handling sign-ins. A portion that's designated for, you know, sign-ups and things like that. And then they tie all that stuff together. So that's why you can have a website that still works, but a portion of it not working. Kind of like our point-of-sale system,
for example,
where I work.
the page might load, but if you try to like submit information, it won't accept the information.
Yeah, so there's supposed to be an enhancements and like data concerns section of our point of sale software or solution that we have, and it's currently broken. So the rest of the system works, but that particular module part of it doesn't work. So, you know, it's really awesome. So our point of sale system is also like our source for looking up products for our customers. And it's great when it works. I have the ability to really search like a lot of stuff. I can get really specific with stuff. So let's just take vehicles for instance. So I can really drill down on a vehicle based off of like, you know, the year, the make, the model, and then it tells me a whole bunch of stuff about what particular products in particular categories will fit, or, you know, are compatible with that particular model vehicle or something like that. So it's great when it works, but when it breaks, I literally can't do my job.
Oh, we have those people all the time. They will complain about us or something, and they'll say, "I can't do my job."
No, I literally can't do my job. So like somebody comes in looking for a specific product, right? And
I don't doubt that. I'm just saying that,
oh yeah, no, like somebody comes in looking for a specific product.
People do.
And so I have a number of different ways that I can look up a particular product based off of certain specifications. And if I can't use the computer to search those particular specifications, I can't find products for people. So, and it always happens when somebody brings in something weird to me, where I really need the ability to be able to search through the system. So, yeah.
Yeah, not surprising, really.
Anyway, so, but well, we just blame it on the fact that they decided to build their point of sale system on top of the Microsoft Azure platform, and well, Microsoft just sucks. So, anyway, I've actually talked with people in the IT department before about that, and they all have the same reaction whenever I'm like, so why didn't we decide to build on AWS? And they're like, yeah.
You mean Azure?
Yeah. Azure is Microsoft, AWS is Amazon, right?
Yes, you said Azure first, and then you said AWS.
I know. That's why I said when I talk to the IT staff, I get the same reaction when I'm like, why did we decide to build on Azure's platform? Why didn't we go with AWS? And they're always like, yeah. Like they agree with me. They're like, yeah, it wasn't my decision, but yeah, I totally get it. Like, anyway, so, yeah. But yeah, so this kind of outage doesn't just affect things like Destiny 2 or Fortnite, which require people to sign into Xbox Live. Apps for Xbox such as Spotify, Plex, and Amazon Video also require people to sign into an Xbox One console, and Microsoft's last Xbox Live outage prevented people from signing into those apps as well. So sites like Down Detector, which are used by people to determine if there's an outage affecting a number of people, also show spikes in games from EA like Apex Legends and PlayerUnknown's Battleground. This shows a correlation between Xbox Live being down and people being unable to play their games. So,
well, I mean, that is something that people use Xbox for.
When Xbox Live went down 2 days ago, when was this article written? The 30th. So, it took the team some time to get everything back up. Prior to that, Xbox Live service was down for a couple of hours in January, which also caused black screens for many people. Yet another reason why Microsoft's platform is just horrible.
And I really just think this.
You know what website?
These consoles and all these services just being connected all the time.
You know what major site?
Ugh,
I don't think
I like that.
I shouldn't say never, but very rarely have I ever seen not work.
Which site is that?
Think about it. They're one of the biggest sites out there. They have a massive presence. Any guesses?
That could be a lot of things. What?
Google.
Okay.
Think about it. Have you ever gone to Google and
YouTube was down that one time.
Right, but very rarely does it ever happen. Think about it. In the last 5 years, how many times have you gone to a Google service and it hasn't worked?
Probably just that one time when YouTube was down, to be honest.
Right, exactly. It very rarely ever happens. Yet it seems like a lot of these other companies have issues all the time.
I don't know why that is.
Yeah, I don't know. Google's just got it figured out?
Maybe.
I don't know. So, did you hear about this? Some airlines, Zach, are banning certain types of laptops.
Why?
I don't know. I haven't actually read through the story.
What's the point?
Well, here's the funny part. They happen to be Apple's MacBook Pros.
Oh, I know it already. I already know.
Is it battery issues? Is that what's going on?
I'm pretty sure it's the ones with some kind of faulty battery thing going on.
In June, Apple recalled the 2015 MacBook Pro with Retina display, sold between September 2015 and February 2017, because the battery may pose a fire safety risk. Yep. This is like the Note 7 all over again right here.
Kinda, yeah.
So the FAA soon reminded airlines not to carry those laptops with defective batteries on board. I wonder why. Why
Maybe because they are fire hazard.
But some airlines are now banning Apple laptops whether they've got a bad battery or not, as reported by Bloomberg. Bloomberg. You know what, though? This isn't necessarily a good thing because there are a decent number of traveling business people that use Macs.
I find that funny.
I do too. Virgin Australia isn't taking any chances. It's banning every single MacBook from being carried in checked baggage. In a notice on its dangerous goods page, the company doesn't differentiate by shape, screen size, or the year it was made. All Apple MacBooks can only be brought onto planes and carry on baggage. Why would you check your laptop anyways?
I don't know.
I wouldn't check my laptop. I want it with me.
Bring it on.
Yeah, I'd carry it on with me. But anyway, that may sound extreme as the large majority of Apple laptops have not been recalled. The policy does make it sound like you can still use your laptop once on the flight, though. But if you're flying Qantas Airways with a 15-inch MacBook Pro, that last part may not be true. Not only is the carrier banning every single 15-inch MacBook Pro from checked baggage, it won't actually let you use them in flight. Until further notice, all 15-inch Apple MacBook Pros must be carried in cabin baggage and switched off for flight following a recall notice issued by Apple. A Qantas spokesperson told ZDNet. While it's understandable that Qantas might not be able to easily tell whether a 2015 15-inch MacBook Pro has one of the recalled batteries or not, that require looking up a serial number online, it'd be nice if they exempted the 2016 and later MacBook Pro with Touch Bar, which has several pretty easily distinguishable visual characteristics and hasn't had a battery recall that we know of, at least. So if you have an effective 15-inch MacBook Pro, Apple says it will replace your battery for free, but you'll have to send your laptop to an Apple repair center. Let's see, you can check if your unit is eligible for replacement at a link that I'm not going to provide because, yes. Anyways. So, I don't know. Do you think it's a little extreme to ban all MacBook Pros? I mean, it's funny.
Well, it is funny because they're junk, but it probably is, as much as it pains me to admit.
Oh, man. Keeping with Apple, this is interesting. Did you hear about this? Apple will now allow more independent repair shops to buy genuine iPhone parts and tools.
I actually did see that. That is very surprising. Where's the catch?
Right, exactly. Well, okay, I'll tell you what the catch is.
Where's the catch? Either the catch is they're going to be like obscenely expensive or, I don't know, something else.
But that's going to allow them to complete repairs in roughly the same way that an Apple store would. The changes would be helpful to iPhone owners as Apple continues to lock down repairs, though it could also lead to higher prices for parts, and they'll all pass through Apple. Until now, independent repair shops had to become authorized service providers in order to get genuine parts from Apple, but there were major reasons repair shops may not have wanted to join. They'd have to pay Apple to be part of the program, and they'd be limited to only completing authorized repairs, as Motherboard previously detailed. Most legitimate U.S. repair shops ought to be able to buy parts from Apple under the new rules. A repair technician will have to complete an Apple training course. So there's one of those hoops you got to run through. But the whole thing is free. See, this is what doesn't make sense to me. So they're offering parts. They're giving the training out for free. Apple's going to then sell them parts along with tools, manuals, and diagnostics access at the same price they'd offer to authorized service providers. They'll only be available in the U.S. for now, but Apple says it'll eventually be expanding to other countries. I do want to know what the catch is on all this. I know that you have to actually be a legitimate...
There's got to be something.
You actually have to be a legitimate repair shop. You can't have a home address. You actually have to have a commercial, business zoned address.
Someone will resell the parts, I guarantee.
Let's see. The big limitation is that Apple is only offering parts and tools for the most common out-of-warranty iPhone repairs. That likely means battery replacements and cracked screens. For more specific or complicated repairs, those shops will be on their own. Unlike authorized service providers, they won't be required to send customers with other problems to Apple, though. They'll be able to attempt repairs on their own with third-party parts if they choose to. iFixit editor-in-chief Kyle Wines says that the announcement was a good thing for repairs, but noted that it ignored individuals who want to perform repairs and still allow Apple to reject any shop it wants. See, I would like to see them actually open it up so that end users could buy parts and things like that. But
but then how are they going to make bank on their ASP rep?
It's a step in the right direction.
It is.
iFixit writer Kevin Purdy called it a bold move and pointed to a prior leak showing that available parts could include speakers, vibrator motors, cameras, and more. But he also added that there's a risk of costs going up. And maybe that's what their whole game plan is on this thing. Apple doesn't disclose the cost of parts it offers, but iFixit previously saw documents showing prices that range from reasonable $16 to $33 for a battery to unworkably high, a screen that costs more than Apple's own screen repair service. It sounds like Apple. While the extra cost for parts comes with a guarantee of quality, it would also mean a higher repair cost. Independent stores can set their own repair prices. And while it goes much of the way toward an open repair market, high prices could still weaken the incentive for all reputable repair firms and individuals to have a shot at keeping iPhones working longer. The program also speaks to a growing issue facing repair shops, that devices are being locked down more and more often. Apple has been particularly aggressive at preventing repairs by requiring specific tools or authorized parts. Earlier this month, for instance, iFixit discovered that Apple had begun showing notice that some iPhone owners with third-party battery replacements, that their new battery couldn't be verified as genuine. While phones still work with an unauthorized part, Apple doesn't provide information on the battery's health. They've been doing that for a while.
Well, and you know what else happens is people who had that repair done, they will think that they were scammed or something because,
well, that's the whole
my
point.
phone says that it's not legit.
Yeah, that's their whole point. That's why they did that.
Exactly. Yep.
Apple has also lobbied against right to repair bills, which would make it easier for consumers and third-party shops to get replacement parts for their devices. Ultimately, even as Apple opens up its repair system, Apple is still keeping itself at the center, in control, and in a position to make money off of repairs. Of course they are. You know, here's the thing, though. If Apple just sold the parts outright, don't you think they'd make more money?
Oh. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, maybe not necessarily more money, but they'd still be making money off of their parts. Yeah, sure, not as much, but think about it. Here's a great example. Okay? So, our repair shop has some kind of contract with an aftermarket vendor that our main warehouse gets stuff from. And then our particular store has other vendors that we get stuff from. Right? So,
sure.
Here's the thing. Rather than us spending money with these other retailers, if we could get parts from Apple, genuine Apple parts from Apple for a decent price, that money would then be going to Apple. Not third-party repairs, or not third parties. That might not be true in every case, but, I mean, money is money. So, if Apple has this giant goal of, we want to make as much money as possible, then wouldn't you think it would make more sense for them to do that? Or the consumer who wants to repair their device. They may go to a third-party shop to get it done because it's cheaper, or buy a part off of Amazon rather than buying a part from Apple. Again, the money's going someplace else other than Apple. I don't know. I'm spitballing things here. But, I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it?
Maybe. I have no idea.
I
I am not an expert on business, unfortunately.
I just I don't know. You're right though. I feel like there's going to be some giant catch with this, and it'll be interesting. But yeah, so not necessarily tech news, but this is kind of interesting. Did you hear the TSA is banning Star Wars Coke bottles from flights because they look like bombs?
They're banning what bottles?
These Star Wars Coke bottles. I mean, they kind of do. Like, I mean,
Okay.
yeah. They kind of do. Let's see here. What is it? What does this say? Um, common common sense that you shouldn't bring rough guns and fire alarms or explosives onto a flight. Let's see. But yeah. Huh. Despite the official confirmation from the TSA, some guests say they've been able to slip through security with their souvenir Coke bottles just fine. So maybe if you're planning on sneaking them into your luggage, take the decorative bottle cap off just to be safe. They do look like a bomb. Interesting. Oh, and this is interesting. Beyond Meat and KFC partnered to test fried plant-based chicken. Did you hear
Okay.
Did you hear about
No.
this?
Sounds kind of gross, though.
Well, so they've been doing this with like burgers and stuff like that, where they make the plant burger now, and supposedly it actually tastes pretty good. I haven't tried one. Let's see. But yeah, so that's a thing that's happening too. Not necessarily like tech like you might think about it, but anyway. Yeah. So there you go. Those are your little fun bits for the show this week. But anyway, so yeah. Well, I don't have anything else to add this week, so I think that is gonna do it for us. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for joining us. Thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you didn't. Get subscribed down below if you haven't done that already. And yeah, we'll see you, I think, next week. Yeah, we should. Anyway, we will talk to you later. Bye.